and a critical miss. I've never gotten so many ones in a game, and I've never rolled so many ones. It's really crazy. And since the game is seeded, all the combat rolls, as we just proved, is that they're seeded. I think that might be the problem. I think the seeding, whatever they're using for seed, is not quite RNG. Checking something. Yeah, so these things don't lose any of their deck save when they're climbing on walls. I wonder if a single hit will cause him to lose his grip. I'm just gonna test that real quick. No, unfortunately. Those are plays. Thank you. Thank you for complimenting my RNG. And go ahead and use Action Surge. Take another shot. Deado. One left. So this seemed to be very helpful. Lighting this torch and then blocking all along here. So they wanted to path up here and then climb over. So that put them in the torch light, which meant that I didn't have disadvantage on the attacks. Wish you could see. I can't tell if the dancing lights is lighting up these cells or not. Doesn't look like it, but I can't tell. It should, shouldn't it? I mean, it's like I put a lamp on top of this thing, it would light up this area. Just in case I'm gonna move it. Oh, he's gonna snipe from all the way over there. What a jerk. Wait, what? I thought I just rolled a 20. Oh, I rolled a 20 and a 5 because I got disadvantage, and so it gave me 5. Hey. Jerk face sniper. Yep, for sure. I don't have any angle on this guy. Cannot see this target. Alright. I guess we will dodge. Dash over to here. This guy really is horrible. He's supposed to be a rogue, I guess, right? But he's level 2. He doesn't have any abilities. He doesn't have any rogue or fighter abilities. So I'm not sure exactly what he's supposed to be. I mean, if he was a rogue, you'd have a bonus action where he could do actually cunning action and dash. If he was a fighter, you would see that he has action surge or something. It's neither. he's no class apparently. And he has no ranged attack either, and you can't give him anything. It's so worthless. Maybe he's not worthless as bait. Let's just throw him out there as bait. I'm confused. Why does Bizarra have a shot from here, but Aches didn't have a shot from here? Height-wise, I mean, doesn't make any sense. Is it because I have to step out from cover to be able to take a shot? You can't just peek. Oh, so I guess your dancing lights can't... they can't jump? It's just a magical effect. I can't have it just clear some distance. I think that's an oversight or a dumb design choice. 102. I mean, it's light, right? It floats. Am I wrong? Victory! Now it's loot time. Yeah, I don't know if it's a design choice or if it's a bug or something, but one of the reasons I chose elves and Sylvan Elf was to be able to get some dark vision. Because dungeons, of course, right? But it doesn't seem to be helping at all. Even areas that don't seem like they're pitch black. Let's see. Beryl is standing. Says she's in dim light. Daliat. He's unlit. Okay, so. And she's in dim light. So, just regular dark vision, is that... So is the way the mechanics work, if something's in dim light, you have disadvantage? Check. Dim light, also called shadows, creates a lightly obscured area. An area of dim light is usually a boundary between a source of bright light, such as a torch, and surrounding darkness. The soft light of twilight and dawn also count as dim light. A given area might be lightly or heavily obscured. In a lightly obscured area such as dim light, patchy fog, or moderate foliage, creatures have disadvantage if they rely on sight. Okay, but if I have dark vision, I shouldn't have disadvantage. So, darkness creates a heavily obscured area. Characters face darkness outdoors at night within the confines of an unlit dungeon or in a subterranean vault or in an area of magical darkness. A heavily obscured area, such as darkness, opaque fog, a creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in that area. Okay, well, maybe I'm just not... Maybe they're in darkness, but my dark vision makes them dim lit, which gives me disadvantage. Maybe that's what's going on. Well, either way, I'm glad I have a couple high elves with dancing lights, because that is such a pain in the butt mechanic. So even with characters that have dark vision, you're still really suffering through combats, being perpetually disadvantaged. And there doesn't seem to be a great resource for lighting up areas. Even the dancing lights. And it's probably not intended, but if I put a dancing light like right here, I can't on my next turn with my bonus action move that dancing light over to an area over here. It's treating it like it's some sort of creature that can't make the jump. So that's crappy. Okay, let's loot up and head out. Like, an amazing ultimate spell in this game would be turn on the lights, where it just turns on all, like, just gives you a huge, like, bright light that can affect a huge combat area. That would be worth, like, a level 2 spell slot or level 3 spell slot. Maybe even level 3. Like, I'd trade out a fireball spell for that spell.
We're safe. We still have to go back to Caer Kiflin.
The road isn't far.
We'll see you back there in Caer Kiflin, right? You'll be okay?
Of course.
Sure.
So, Rocktober says, would that help with hit chances? Yeah, so the way it works is that there are a number of things that can cause you disadvantage. Attacking an enemy that's sitting in a dimly lit cell location, you have disadvantage on that. So you need to have some other way to create advantage to cancel out that disadvantage. Or you need to light up that cell. And strangely enough, like, I need to double check on the rules. But I thought height was supposed to give you advantage. There's been a number of situations where I've had the characters at a higher, definitely have a height advantage, but it doesn't seem to be counting as advantage. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. But anyway, when you have disadvantage, what happens is that the game requires you to roll 2 d20 and take the lower of the 2 rolls. So, like in this last battle, I had disadvantage. I rolled 2 d20. The first d20 I rolled was actually a natural 20, so it would have been a critical hit. The second roll was a 5. And so I had to take the 5, so it made me take the 5, which was a miss. So if I hadn't had disadvantage, I would have crit the enemy instead of missing the enemy, which is a dramatic difference. Secondly, is that if crits are on natural 20s, it makes it really virtually impossible, extremely low chance to actually crit an enemy if you have disadvantage, right? Because you would need to roll 2, you need to roll 20, and you need to roll 20. The chances of that are what, like 20 times 20, 1 in a 400. So instead of a 1 in 20 chance to crit an enemy, you now have a 1 in 400 chance, something like that. So that's a stark difference. So disadvantage can really can mess you up, as you saw. Like, even when I'm not normally, you add disadvantage to the fact that for some reason I was just rolling really poorly, even without disadvantage shots, and the fights can just go on and on and on, and simple fights can turn into disasters. Alright, so we're heading back to Caer Kiflin. Do a normal travel pace. Actually, can we do anything before we do that? We just can we use any spells? Healing spells or anything? I guess we don't need to. We're all full up on health. Start traveling. Ixia manages to collect crafting ingredients, magnesium. Vicious finds a bunch of wild vegetables and gathers 2 food rations. Zera starts a game of dice, performs armor maintenance. Vicious finds an apple tree, party against 5 food rations. Zera works on martial arts training exercises. It's a cool little aspect of this game, is the activities that all your characters do, like when you're traveling or resting. Yes, good thing I picked up some magnesium. If you take your vitamins, you should get advantage in the combat. Report the Carband. We'll talk to the scavengers first, though.
Hello, Annie.
You're back. How did it go?
Well, Captain Henrik is dead. I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, who's in charge then?
You might have to wait before going to KLM, I'm afraid.
I see. Well, not your fault. Thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome.
Marco says, I want to do martial arts training, lol. Sorry, Marco. No martial arts training for you. Lockdown for forever.